Work Boxing. About to hit you everywhere with under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Nobody's talking no racism on this channel, just my opinion of the sport that I love, boxing. Gotta talk about Mr. Jermell Charlo once again being in the interview. And the question is brought up once again about Terence Crawford. I will say this lately, mentioning Terence Crawford's name is getting a lot of people upset. I made a video where Derrick James got upset. And it's funny, nobody realized that these two are trained by Derrick James. Ain't that funny? That when you mention the name of Terence Crawford, Jermell Charlo and his trainer becomes upset. And Errol Spence becomes unknowledgeable about anything he said for the last 5 years. But once again, he already letting us know, which I found out two things in his rant on Fight Hype or Fight Hub, whichever one he was ranting on. One, he wouldn't fight Crawford if he was at 154, and two, he doesn't want to fight Fundora. He already, when he mentioned Fundora's name, I already know he considers Fundora a threat. So I won't be expecting him to fight on Fundora if he becomes undisputed. Now, as far as you saying that Terence Crawford is small or moving up in weight class, you never had any problem with trying to fight anybody who was small. I remember at one point you was telling Adrian Broner you would beat him up and Tank up when there was a situation going on with y'all. So at that point, weight wasn't involved in it. So I wonder why when it comes to Terence Crawford, when they mention his name, all the guy asked him was another question. All they do is ask him questions. Uh, After you win, if you were to beat Brian Castano, do you think it'll be a great fight if Spence was to fight Crawford and whoever is the winner of that fight, it could be undisputed versus undisputed? Oh, I'm already throwing out there, me and my brother ain't gonna fight. Duck, that's a duck. Oh, and Terence Crawford can get it. Okay, if he said something. He said, I don't even know how it is that what has he done? What can he do to just jump up here and get the titles? That WBO belt. And we all know that WBO belt, that belt line you up for a fight with the champion. So that's how he gonna get up there. Ain't nobody giving Terence Crawford no handouts. And why is it that every time it's time to even mention talking about fighting a man, you go to talking about he's not in your weight class? They didn't ask you if he was in your weight class. They said, would you possibly fight him? Would you give him a shot at the undisputed crown if he was to beat Errol Spence, or if Spence was to beat him and become undisputed? One thing about it, when you say you're a lion, lions are the king of the jungle. You don't see lions running around from from alligators. You don't see lions running from deers. And what we're seeing now is a champion running around talking about he don't want to be great, and he won't take a possibility of being great by fighting someone who's supposed to be his friend, and not by fighting the next best thing that's moved up to his weight class if they become undisputed, if they should challenge him for his crown. So basically, he's just telling y'all that even if Crawford was to move over to 154, we wouldn't see that fight at all. So don't be expecting it, or the Fundora fight. Don't be expecting a Fundora fight. I told y'all, my opinion of it was that he was gonna never fight Fundora from jump. He was gonna relinquish the titles, possibly move over to 160. As far as them saying that his brother's at 160 and he gonna let his brother hold that division down, no, you're not. You're gonna move to 160 and y'all gonna reign at 160 and fight mediocre fights like y'all did at 154. Now we gotta understand that Charlo, even though he's on the road to undisputed, Charlo is going up a road of fighters that weren't cemented at 154. Rosario just looked up and won the fight. Now, I ain't gonna say looked up. He beat the hell out of J. Rock Williams. He won that, but I'm just saying his timing was great to be where he's at with the 3 titles. He didn't never fight Jermell Hurd, which we all wanted to have that fight, but unfortunately Jermell Hurd was beat by J. Rock Williams. But that still was a fight at the time. We didn't get that fight. So Jermell has really been fighting people who the belt's been passed off to, really, except Brian Castano. And then it's funny when you finally have a fight with Brian Castano, a solidified champion, WBO champion, well, 2-time world champion. and you almost lose, well, you did lose that fight. And your focus is that people were saying you were on the ropes and that you hurt him one time. Well, Charlo, you just basically told the public that you did not win that fight because you said right there in that interview, you said, I hurt him one time. Hurting the fighter one time does not win fights. You should have hurt him from round 1 to round 12. Then, hey, we wouldn't be talking about this situation. He keeps crying about drug testing. Why is he crying so much about drug testing? Especially during this fight. Oh, they gotta come peep me early in the morning or early in this. You mean after you sit up there and told the public how easy it is to clean yourself from taking a drug test, from using steroids? See, they need a PR manager or somebody tell them, man, stop going into all that other talk, man, because Jermell Charlo told y'all how to clean your system from taking steroids right live on social media, and then nobody think nothing about it. Now, a lot of y'all gonna say, well, he been in the business for so long that he know the game. No, it ain't about being in the business so long and knowing the game. A weed head can tell you how to beat a drug test. A cocaine addict can tell you how to beat a drug test. A crackhead can tell you how to beat a drug test. Why? Because they use it. It ain't nobody around here who don't drink alcohol, smoke weed, can tell you how to beat a drug test. Why? Because they ain't concerned about it. They don't have to. So if somebody can break down every way possible, every level of how to get a steroid out your system, and you ain't supposed to know nothing about it, but you ain't taking that, quit playing, boy. It seems like he's mad that he can't get juiced up. That's what it seems like. Seems like you more worried that you're gonna lose this fight because you ain't got that juice in you. Because you've been screaming every time Jermell Charlo gets in the interview about Brian Castano, the first thing he go to bitching about is steroids. I hope they tested me the way they hope they tested him. We ain't never heard no fighter sit there and say this. We ain't heard when other fighters talk about drug testing or another fighter. I hope they tested him the way they tested me. It's either one or two things from that. He either worried or he mad he couldn't take none. He either worried or he mad he couldn't take none. Every time it comes to a situation of fighting Terence Crawford, he don't give you what you expect a lion to say. You expect a lion to say, oh hell yeah, as soon as Terence Crawford come up here, I handle that. He lightweight to me. That's what you will hear from a fighter who says he's like Hagler or Hearns put together. You would have heard Hagler or Hearns, somebody say, come on, bring him on. We're going to fight him. Not, oh, he ain't did nothing. How is it that he can be able to even jump up like that and fight me? Knowing good and damn well this man got the WBO title and he can jump up there at 154 and challenge you for yours. Cut it out. Terence finna fight the winner of Spence versus Yugas. I hope so. But you gotta look at the G mode of Terence. Terence, like, if I can't beat you up, I'm gonna go move up and beat up your home. If I can't beat you up, I'm gonna move up and go beat up your homeboy. Let me see. One of y'all gonna fight me. But as far as, Jermell, he gonna move up to 160, and him and his brother gonna run 160 or play around and fight mediocre fights at 160 like they did 154. People acting like they weren't in the same weight class before. But I'm looking at some of you comments, so I don't forget nothing. Let me see. What do you think is next for Thurman? Thurman need a name that's winning to even line him up to even talk about mentioning Errol Spence or Hughes or Crawford name at this point. That's what I believe. Do they have a rematch in the contract? From what I heard, ain't no rematch clause. Oh, you talking about Castano and I don't know. I hope not. Off top of man, I really hope Hughes holds it tonight. I know he will. But it's iffy. It's iffy because it's in Texas. The Charlo brothers are funny to me. Yeah, they funny to me too. You got to respect them. It's nothing personal when I get on here and talk about it. It's just the fact of, if you saying you the lion, you the king of the ring, when they mention somebody's name for you to fight, you know what I'm saying, especially a highlighted fighter like Crawford, you should accept the challenge. You shouldn't be trying to bring up every reason why you shouldn't accept the fight. You should. I mean, why is that? I think it's a dangerous fight for both of them. You know, the public would love to see it. We would love to see Charlo versus Spence, but we know they ain't gonna do that. You know, they're afraid of Errol Spence. The Charlo brothers are afraid of Errol Spence. You know, just think about the videos lately since they've been talking about them sparring each other. Every time you turn around, oh, we sparred each other. We passed that now. We just want to see y'all fight. We don't care about y'all sparring, but no, they brothers and they homeboys. Well, it's a dude out there saying he wants your brother and you. I mean, your homeboy, your brother, whatever y'all call each other. He said he want smoke from both of y'all. That's what he said. If he can't get you, he want to. If he can't get your homeboy, he want to get you, and that's what we want to see. Yeah, he talking like the gatekeeper already. Not even a gatekeeper. He talking like for Fundora. To me, what that tall guy at? What that 6'6" guy at? What Fundora got to do with Terence Crawford? What Fundora got to do with Terence Crawford? You mentioning Fundora in this conversation let us already know that there would not be a Fundora fight. So y'all don't be expecting to see your boy Jermell fight no Fundora. But if you think about it, if those two went toe to toe, in my opinion, I think Bud would outbox uh, Jermell Charlo. I think he would outbox him. You know, Crawford got a long reach. Crawford got a 74-inch reach. But I think Jermell is like 2 inches taller than Crawford. But it would just be something good to see, though. You know what I'm saying? Even the thing is, right now, yeah, we know. He had 147, he had 154. It's a possibility the fight not may happen. But as a so called lion, take the challenge. Take the challenge. I don't see how a fan of Jermell Charlo's or the Charlo brothers, I'm gonna say Jermell Charlo, I don't see how a fan couldn't be sitting up here saying, well, look like you don't want to fight him or you look like you're gonna duck. Just look at it. That's what it look like he's gonna do. He's gonna duck. He's just being honest about the situation. Oh, see, okay, Jimmy Mendes said every time Crawford name is mentioned, Jamel knockout artist Charlo sounds. every time Terrence name is mentioned, he getting them hot. They mad. They want to. I don't know. Some people agree with him. Said with the Crawford situation. Then he go to say, hold on, I forgot this part. When is he fighting? What? Why are y'all so focused on this man' career and when he fight? He want to fight you. That's when he want to fight. He want to fight you. That's when he want to fight. Don't worry about when his next fight is. With y'all knowing he going through contract situation, and he trying to get things lined up to get his career back going. What does him having a fight or him fighting soon got to do with him wanting to fight you? What that got to do with you? Yeah, he does get really emotional when he asks about Crawford. Let me see. I'm a little confused. Terence Crawford clown Yugas on Twitter that he looks like the African guy in the movie that said, "I'm the captain now." He clown Yugas today. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check that out. Jamel praises cinnamon too much. Like why? Um, I don't know. I think that's a lot of these fighters say that Canelo is the man in disrespect towards Terence Crawford. Like Devin Haney, all them. They won't give it. They won't say another black fighter is pound for pound, but they'll give it to a Mexican fighter. That's why you hear a lot of them saying that. It's basically a way of disrespecting the man. People. You know, people of other races must understand black people don't like black people. I don't know why the people try to portray and act like black people so unified and we so good with each other. Black people don't like black people. That right there, that show you that in boxing. Terence Crawford name get mentioned as pound for pound. You got other black fighters coming out saying, "Oh no, it ain't. It's Cinnamon. It's Canelo Alvarez." Actually, Jermell got a 73-inch. No, I said Crawford has a 74-inch reach. I didn't know how long Jermell Charlo's reach was. Would not have Jermell get him early. Bud started slow. Did you weird when he say the truth is I don't want to fight him in an interview? Yeah, he just said it. He slipped and said it, but they ain't pay attention to it. He slipped and said it, but nobody paid attention to it. He's not gonna fight Fundora nor Crawford. So, you know what I'm saying? Just letting people know, don't be expecting that. But you clearly see that he has no intentions of fighting the Crawford. He's coming up with excuses. He's even put Sebastian and Fundora in front of him, so Crawford should fight Sebastian Fundora now, I guess, to get him to get a chance to fight Jermell Charlo. I mean, you could just see, you know, this ought to be rewrote in history about this time in boxing with Terence Crawford. This is the scariest time of boxing. And I'm talking about like not in the horror movie scare. I'm talking about like cowardly ducking time in boxing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen this like this. You got one man got fighters in one division ducking him that he in. Then he got bigger dudes in the other division ducking him. Don't even want to mention his name. Nowhere near a fight. Telling him who he should go fight when he has accomplished more than you have. You're trying to get to what he has done. He already been undisputed. And he a champion in 2 different weight classes. So what else does he need to accomplish to step in the ring with you, Jermell Charlo? What's going on with the Texas boys? What's good? 2 fighters from Texas don't want to fight. It makes us look bad, you know, from, you know what I'm saying, the talks of Midwest is the best. And then we got down south fighters ducking like this. And then they ducking a Midwest guy. Terence a Midwest guy. So y'all ducking, you know. But these lions, they lions. They lions. You know, you say something about it, people get upset, but I don't do never give y'all the truth, in my opinion. I don't go in on them, or I don't know them personally. I'm just talking about in the sport of boxing. This man ain't gave us nothing. We praising him
to reverse type 2 diabetes.
Just for going after the belts at 154, but there ain't really been no killers at 154 with them titles. Rosario wasn't elite. Rosario was a fighter who came in, fought a good fight, and won the titles, lost them right then and there. So he got 2 belts from that fight. We got to go back and look at Charlo's resume. He ain't really been doing nothing his brother ain't been doing. But the difference is he just been in the right spot to go for undisputed. He already had his title. I would have loved to see him fight J-Rock. J-Rock got stopped by Rosario. He beat Rosario, got them 2 titles. Ain't number 1 more to get. So I don't know why when they mention him as he's so-called the king of 154, you beat some mandatories at 154, but you ain't run through no real deal problems at 154. Respect for you going to undisputed, but you ain't run through no killers at 154 to be some talking about you the man and you Tommy Hearns and Marvin Hagler put all in the one. Marvin Hagler when a dad ran from a challenge of Terence Crawford, nor would Tommy Hearns. So y'all know what it is. That just be my opinion of it. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised them didn't run into each other at the Spence weigh-in because they both attended. They probably did, and probably they just stayed away from each other, You never know, but that's my opinion of it, You gotta respect Crawford in this situation. Respect both of them, really, But ain't nothing wrong with the man want to move up and be great. If your homeboy don't want to fight me, I'll fight you, and you should fight Errol Spence Jr. But y'all brothers and all this and that. But we won't see a Crawford fight or from Fundora fight from Jermell Charlo. He's busy. He's busy. This Easy Work Boxing. Thank y'all for y'all time. Please comment in the comment section. If you want to support the channel, you know where to go. Everything's in the description. Subscribe to the channel in the description. This Easy Work Boxing. I'm out.